Welcome back to the HCS SSG Invitational. I've got alongside of me tools. My name is Active, and we're going to be your casters for today. I'm getting very excited for this matchup we have here. It's going to be Optic Gaming versus Native Red. What are your thoughts on this match thus far? Like, what are you thinking is going to happen? Do you think Native Red have the chance to maybe contest against this Optic roster?
This is the chance for Optic Gaming to break their curse. They didn't make day 3 for the first time in what feels like a very long time. One best of 5 that stands in their way. Formal.
Yep.
The GOAT of console esports. Lucid, the best player in Halo Infinite. Need to get through the scrappy boys of Native Red and break this curse. You can't not make day 3 back-to-back times. This is everything for this Optic Gaming roster, and they need to play at their best come this tournament.
Well, they do, but Native Red, they've got the energy. They've got everything that they need going into this game number 1, and that's exactly what we're going into. Game number 1, live fire oddball. Optic Gaming versus Native Red. Optic Gaming need to answer here. They need to have an answer because they do not want to place outside of Sunday. Championship Sunday's tomorrow. If they lose this, they're not going to be able to participate, and that's not going to make them very happy.
Native Red have had a long road to get here. Last opponents were Complexity. It was a 3-0 finish. Optic Gaming reeling off a reverse sweep from the home team Space Station Gaming. They need to find their momentum quick in this best of 5.
First player to watch is going to be Lucid. 2 of his teammates are down already. I love this aggression by Mr. SoulSnipe. He's cleaned up instantly, which leaves that snipe on the top center of the map. But Native Red is already doing a great job of getting those slays.
Yeah, Native Red really prioritized the middle lane of the map, ensuring that they get that sniper rifle as well as the overshield and the heat wave. They have everything at their disposal. Optic Gaming going to be coming off respawn, having to deal with the gauntlet of power weapons.
Great heads-up play here by Manny to pull this towards A. He's going to have this ball in a great position. OS is completely nullified. That's going to be by a nade and a plasma pistol from Lucid. But regardless, they get positioning on the map, and they have Taulek here with the sniper still in his hands.
But look at TriPPPeY. He pushed in, pulled that ball out, put it towards Optic Gaming, and although Native Red had everything to start this game, they only get 1 second at a time, and Optic Gaming quickly rotating this ball to a safety.
Yeah, this is the thing about Optic Gaming, right? We're talking about objective efficiency here on them. They get the slays necessary, rotate the ball all the way through the tower, and now they're posted up here. We've got APG on the top of tower putting that damage in, but he's also got information as well for the players on the nest. APG's getting pushed real quick. Native Red comes through, wipes them out.
Quick rotations from Taulek will lead to this double kill, and now going to be able to get ball time for the first time as Native Red. What's important is how they influence the spawns here. They need to be aware of what Optic Gaming is spawning and then being able to rotate quickly away from those spawns.
And that's why you saw SoulSnipe right there checking the back B spawns. You realize no one from Optic is there, but they've got to be careful of the rat tunnel. That's where Optic likes to strike from. And it looks like the strike is about to happen. Suppress the snipe in hand, not able to make anything work, and 3 go down with OS coming up. That's not good.
Extremely smart plays by Optic Gaming. They don't decide to sit next to the overshield. They push through. APG having that shroud screen in the back pocket means he can overextend, then play back and use that shroud to secure the overshield. Although Native Red gets a good chunk of time, Optic Gaming are going to have the advantage on the reset.
APG gets a kill of his own, and he's going to be able to rotate this ball over to his teammate Informal. They'll take care of Suppress together. Some OS is still remaining, and he can utilize that to get another kill. Optic looking very solid here as APG gets another, and he's looking to clean up Taulek. That was 4 dead for a moment. Suppress the first one to spawn.
APG always understands when it's time to do objective and when it's time to have that BR up. Prioritizing damage and helping his teammates, able to get himself a double kill and secure that ball once again. Very efficient gameplay thus far from Optic Gaming.
I love this position here by Suppress on the top of tower. Native Red setting up in a position to potentially push here, but they've also got Sniper on the top center of the map. The defense out of Optic is good. They get the first kill, and now they aggress. You see, they get 2, they get 3. Optic get 3 kills. SoulSnipe, the last one alive.
Oh, but he got all
kill. That's huge. 3 down for Optic.
Are you kidding me? SoulSnipe, he took down the army of Optic Gaming, able to get the sniper rifle away, and it's huge individual plays like that that Native Red are looking for in this best of 5.
He loses Snipe there momentarily. Lucid's gonna pick that one up, and that could spell danger. Lucid goes for that safe clamber right there, the short repulse to the clamber up top, and he's gonna try to utilize his sniper. The repulse in the air, no duck hunt for him, but he does get the kill. That is APG with a double in your kill feed. Lucid goes down, and Native Red, they're answering back with 3 dead.
Oh, huge plays. Once again, SoulSnipe quickly becoming the MVP early on in this best of 5. Love what we're seeing from him. Huge individual plays. He had multi-kills and bringing the ball back, able to secure the overshield as Taulek. This is a huge swing for Native Red.
Manny has the ball rotating over to tower. Taulek trying to do as much damage as he can, but Lucid is going to get a big kill there. Manny, the last player alive, though. Now all 4 dead for Native. Optic with control once again.
It was almost methodical how Optic Gaming was taking down that overshield player. Taulek, 3 different players prioritizing that target, shredding those shields, and really nullifying any sort of effect that overshield could have.
Optic have rotated the ball all the way towards the back of tower. They finally play the ball off the map as 3 of them go down. TriPPPeY, that's going to be the last player alive. He's on the A site. I'm sorry, he's actually bottom center, and he's going for that push here. But Native Red, they've got 40 seconds and counting. TriPPPeY has to act right now, and he does just that. Trying to get the kill on Taulek, cleans that up quickly, but he's looking for more on this tower side.
Things aren't over yet for Native Red, but things can look dire.
Beautiful shots. TriPPPeY cleans him up as well, 3 down.
I mean, this is just going to be beautiful for TriPPPeY. He's going to be able to pick up this ball, rotate it back to safety relatively quickly, and Native Red now have to burn a ton of time just trying to traverse through this map.
Yeah, unfortunately, Manny pushes him a little bit too aggressively by himself, ends up going down pretty quickly. The ball will be played, though, as Optic Gaming understand the pressure from Native Red coming on that B side. So they will grab ball at the bottom center of the map, and you see the rotation already happening. Formal with a beautiful stick, but 3 go down for Optic once again. Lucid, the last player. He's trying to get a trade here at least, and he does just that. Manny does just that. Manny gets the kill onto Lucid.
Hey, that's when you know Manny's locked in. 1v1 against what many consider the best player in Halo Infinite. He wins it cleanly and is able to pick out the ball away. And they're the only 2 players alive on the map at the time.
Formal's been playing incredibly here too in this game. 16 kills and only 9 deaths, leading the KD scorecard towards the middle of today. Has recently lost that first place spot, but looking to regain that here. Suppressed and Native Red get another overshield, and now they're looking to break this ball setup, but APG's privy to it.
Native Red's been very strong at securing the power-ups and power weapons throughout this game, but Optic Gaming just doing an efficient job at playing keep away, getting those 10, 15, 20 extra seconds when they can, and Native Red suddenly, although they have all this utility to use, they have a huge mountain to climb back in this round 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, Suppressed takes a couple too many shots there. His OS is completely nullified, so he'll have to back up all of his teammates alongside of him. Native Red do get 2 kills onto Optic. Those kills will be respawning on A, though, so they've got to be wary of that, and they've got to get ready to reslay as well. And you see Optic is doing just that. They're pushing forward. They're going to get the slay here on the OS side, and that could be the initial slay to push them forward. 7 seconds is all they need. 1 minute on the clock.
And don't desperate into this ball. You have plenty of time to work with. Just make sure you play together. A couple more seconds. Does that nade connect? Yes, it does. 3 players going down for Optic. Formal trying to win the pin to save the round here and now.
It's up to Taulek here. Formal's going to definitely win that one. Has to trade off another one, but Lucid's there to pick up the ball, and Optic will take round number 1.
Big, huge win by Formal. We call those pips. Gets him to 20 kills on the round. Basically buys us time. Look at all the players from Optic Gaming. They're on the respawn. What Formal's able to do is he buys enough time for Lucid to get back into that fight, grab that last second of ball time, and take this first round.
Formal's been pivotal in Optic Gaming's somewhat success so far in this tournament. Unfortunately, they are in the losers bracket, but I feel like they have been playing better than the last event. We'll see if they can continue to rise here in stride. Lucid does have that snipe. He sees the player running behind him or below him. He's gonna get the snipe onto him, but there's another player inside of Brutes. Lucid's trapped right now, has to stay alive with his snipe.
Love the way that Lucid's traversing though, right? Even though he's away from his team, he's being very mindful about the damage he takes and keeping the sniper in his hands. One of the best players at staying alive while one shot. So often he gets maximum value.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's staying alive with the most important weapon on the map at the moment. And he's able to provide cover for his team, watching these angles. Optic Gaming, if you're just joining us, do have 1 round in this oddball game. Lucid looking to make that 2 as he gets a beautiful shot to clean up a kill. That will be 3 dead. Lucid will try and make that 4, and he does.
Hey, Lucid's getting some lessons from Tom Taylor over here. Watch it today in Salt Lake City. We love it when players pick up both those power weapons.
Snipes come out of Formal. Formal wants to use the power weapons as well, and he's going to pick them up and utilize them to get at least one kill. That repulsor in his back pocket too. Manny's trying to push him though. They get a kill onto SoulSnipe, so Manny's kind of forced to push aggressively here by himself, but he's not able to get the kill. He's not worried about APG, who comes from behind.
All right, I just love watching the way that Formal plays. Really, he's just a damage machine. Anytime he can be in an engagement, he's going to take those fights, has superior reticle placement, and one of the cleanest shots you'll ever see. It becomes a deadly combination, and Native Red has to basically fly through him in order to make any sort of play.
Flying is Native Red right now, and their first target is going to be Formal as they continue to push through to the pillar side. Lucid playing that pillar really well. He stays alive for such a long period of time. They get that first kill on a SoulSnipe, but TriPPPeY's able to rotate this ball over to his spawners. The only player who contests here is Manny on the tower.
And Optic Gaming's content with getting all this time. Native Red's been fast on these pushes, and they've been able to get kills, but they really haven't been able to get the correct timing, forcing Optic Gaming to play, but Optic Gaming's fine. They're quick on the rotation. It's Formal that's really been leading this charge time and time again.
38 unanswered seconds here for Optic Gaming in this objective time, and Native Red not able to find an answer. The staggered pushes is something in the interview we just talked to them, something that they need to work on. And right there you see it once again. Manny pushing in just a tad bit too early. The cleanup does come out from suppressed, but unfortunately Manny does go down. They do get a couple kills though. 3 down for Optic Gaming. This could be the opportunity to set up on A.
Yeah, this is the first couple of seconds of ball time that they're going to be able to secure, and you can find Optic Gaming spawning across the map. So they have their setup, but look how quick Optic Gaming is on these breaks. This is why they're so damn hard to take down in these series. It doesn't matter if you have a setup, because you got players like TriPPPeY that knock them all down. Triple kill for him, and Taulek will have to run away and wait for support.
Triple TriPPPeY! 42 seconds now. Native Red get 10, but APG, he's the first line of defense here on the push from Native Red. That keeps coming one by one, though. They're never pushing together like Optic does. It's a very different state.
Tough to get coordinated in this position, and when you have Formal that's tearing you down time and time again, there just doesn't feel like there's much you can do. Very clean round thus far from Optic Gaming.
Formal went posted back B with this sniper in his hands. But all the while, Optic Gaming continue to rack up time on the clock here. We're approaching that 7-0 mark, the 70-second mark, a scary one. And Formal hits the shots with a snipe. Manny's gonna clean him up though, and that'll be 2 dead. Manny's looking for more, but no one's gonna be home.
Optic Gaming's always been consistent on getting their play balls out, right? They've been taking that ball towards me time and time again and getting it off just in time, but this flank is well timed for Manny. It's gonna be an overshield for Native Red and a quick ball rotation where they have to take down the GOAT in Formal.
Yeah, SoulSnipe has the overshield though, so it'll be quick work for him. Couple nades, gonna weaken Lucid as he takes him out with the last shot. Finally, we see Native Red answering back with a bit of ball time. Momentum team is what they're all about. If there's anything they need, it's momentum, and 3 down is just that.
Yeah, Lucid's so far away too that really his only plan of action is just wait, right? And make sure those BRs are up together. This is why you play strong in the early game. They built themselves such a lead that they have multiple attempts at finding this break, but look how far this Native Red roster is pushing out. They're not content with letting Optic push for free. They're gonna try to take the advantage towards them. But unfortunately, multiple will go down. Manny's going to have to play that ball, and Taulek just has no help on the rotation.
Yeah, unfortunately, they push a bit too far and leave their resources staggered, and that ball will be played like you said. The spawns come out onto A, though, but Lucid pretty much ready for it. You see him kind of patiently waiting here. Gets one, looks for the second one, gets the assist onto that, but look at the clock here. All they need is 15 seconds, and Optic will close out game number 1 against Native Red.
Taulek. One last chance. He's going to find TriPPPeY. But once again, Optic's just, they're so efficient at playing ball. This is the first time that I think I've seen a play ball from Optic Gaming where they weren't there to answer right away and pick up the ball and play keep away from Native Red.
Well, then Native Red have a chance. Will they utilize that chance, though?
Beautiful. 2 players from Optic Gaming working in tandem over on that B side. One throws the spike, the other one's waiting on the escape route. Beautiful plays to get a beautiful kill.
Formal's gonna get some ball time of his own in only 7 seconds. They will need in order to close out game number 1, and that's exactly what will happen. And there it is, Optic Gaming taking game number 1 versus Native Red.
That is very clean, very efficient from Optic Gaming. Very much that game was determined by having that ball just keep away from Native Red. It always felt like Native Red was having to play through the map, while Optic Gaming, their positioning was just so much better because of how much closer they were spawning to the ball, how they had quicker access, and really just a clean, efficient game. That's what we expect from Optic Gaming.
Yeah, that's something that they've kind of worked on since day one, is that efficiency, but also the discipline, right, to know when to play that ball. I think it takes both, you know, when to play the ball, when to play passive, when to play aggressive, and, you know, the higher tiered teams they face, you know, the more they'll be punished for that over-aggression or for that lack of discipline. So Optic definitely a team that, you know, we saw them win 3 in a row, and we expected them to be a dynasty there, but unfortunately have had a rough stint. This could be the turnaround of that, right? Story's not over just yet. We've got a couple more events left in the season.
Oh, man. I thought maybe there was going to be a chance right there for Native Red when we saw Manny just win a one-on-one, a clean one-on-one against Lucid, because that might be one of the hardest accomplishments you can have in this game.
Yeah.
Lucid in the one-on-one engagement is always so tough.
You know, Native Red have made these one-on-one engagements very tough. You know, this one not in particular, but there's a lot of one-on-ones that Native Red were really locked and loaded, like winning those pivs, but unfortunately, too many 1v1s were taken, and that's kind of where you have to sit back and wait for your teammates, maybe push together with your teammates a bit better. The same thing that they talked about in the interview is exactly what we're seeing here. Those staggered pushes, the one-by-one pushes, and it's just not working against Optic.
This is the thing with Native Red, right, is they've had success at Worlds when they beat SSG, but other than that, they haven't been able to dethrone the other top 2 teams in FaZe and in Optic Gaming. And they just need more reps against these teams. Keep finding this grind, and well, this is the first time that Suppress is playing with them against this juggernaut. So it's going to take time to adapt, and well, you have 50 kills to figure it out before it's match point for Optic Gaming.
Oh, you said it yourself in the last series with Native Red. I think that Suppress, even in this series, is still the X factor. I think if he plays well, they have a really good chance, just because of what he does. In the interview again, and you guys can go watch it on LVT and on LVT's Twitter and YouTube, but the interview talked about the biggest thing being that Suppress does things that no one does on the map. He does things off the stat card. So many things that he will do that will help the win happen that you just don't see on the stat sheet. We just need him to do that right here. But we're hopping in to game number 2. It's going to be Optic Gaming with a 1-game lead in this series, but it's Native Red with the power weapons to start.
Oh, Formal doing formal things right off the rip. He's able to get 2, 3 players go down for Native Red, and they swarm to the power weapons. Essentially, this is a fluid map when it comes to setups. You don't have one or the other. You just keep controlling your spawn. You just keep controlling the opposite spawn, and you flow into their spawners.
Well, I was going to say that not knowing what those rockets were going to cost TriPPPeY, but he ends up getting a kill anyway, which is going to be huge here, especially in a Slayer game where every kill matters. APG on your screen, a player who a lot of people, you know, talk about not performing or whatever. I think APG has improved drastically in this season and last. I think he's such a solid player and such a pinnacle player for this roster. But, you know, we'll see if he can really step up and perform throughout the rest of this tournament. He's going to need to if Optic want to make it to Sunday.
Love this push out from Optic. They're going to try to get those players towards Cafe. Unfortunately for Lucid, he's caught out in that mid position, but you can already see Optic Gaming shifting their numbers. And Native Red, they're ready to fight the crosses over towards Purple. Now finally getting the word that, no, we've lost A.
They have lost A. And unfortunately, they've got to place some defense on it. Taulek's coming in. Taulek tries to. Optic is overwhelming, though. They get 4 dead for Optic, though. This is their chance. Do they want to take A here? Manny's already set up for it. He'll get the spawns onto PD, and they force Optic back on Tramp.
Right, they get him towards Tram, but look at the rocket timer, 15 seconds.
Oh.
This could be a dangerous situation for Native Red if they don't win their initial slays, as Optic will have the better position for rockets.
Yeah, Lucid is in that position, right? He moves all the way through to B stairs, undetected. He's still alive, and he gets 2 kills. That's a bad play right there. That's unfortunate. He makes it through. Because of that, he gets 2 kills. Optic get the rockets, and Native were 3 dead.
This is what Optic's great at, right? They're probably the best team in the HCS when it comes to breaking setups. They're so coordinated with each other, and that's largely due to Lucid. His ability to not only slay out, but also direct traffic is probably second to none in Halo.
TriPPPeY directed the traffic of that rocket straight into the mouth of Suppressed. And Optic going to do a little bit of the same to the rest of the members as well. Taulek, one of the last players alive on this side of the map. The rest of his teammates will spawn on Cafe and back A, and it looks like that push will come through. This one kill, and unfortunately, oh my gosh, he ran out of the, oh no.
I mean, APG tried his best not to run out, right? That's why he was spamming the trigger. He was trying to conserve that ammo, but just runs out at the worst possible time.
It's bad timing. Settle Beam so strong on land. You talked about that a little bit earlier, along with the Bandit Rifle. So you see those two weapons used, and you see them connecting so well and looking so good. It's because we're on land, baby. Beautiful job by SoulSnipe. That was beautifully played right there.
That was vital for SoulSnipe to make sure that TriPPPeY did not get away from that situation. What essentially happened is Optic Gaming split into twos. This is something that you see in older Halos where you're very two-stack heavy, like Halo 5.
Yep.
Halo Infinite is a very three-stack heavy game. You try to do 3-1s where you have one player that lives on an island and three players that move together and while you wait for flankers. Right now, Optic Gaming, they need to get back to that 3-1 style of gameplay.
Manny, the entry fragger here for Native Red, looking for his one entry frag. That's going to go down. That's going to be TriPPPeY, the first one to die here. 13 seconds on those rockets. We've seen Optic get the last two, I believe it was, and Native Red are going to need to pick one up. They're only within 3 here. This is a definite Slayer game that they can win. A very fast-paced team. APG puts shots in. Rockets are up. They've got to make a move for them. That's going to be Mr. SoulSnipe with the rockets in his hand, and he's got the spawn onto Formal as well. Is he aware of it? Unfortunately, he goes down, but so do the rest of Optic.
I mean, beautiful job by Native Red to set a trap in the bottom half of the map. They forced Optic Gaming to play forward for those rockets, and they sprung into action. 3 players in 3 different lanes, all able to take down the escape routes of Optic. Led to the Rockets moving to Native Red and a few kills that swing in their possession, keeping this game within reach.
I believe there was still one rocket into play, I believe.
TriPPPeY was able to go find it.
Yeah, all right, so TriPPPeY has that. That could be a difference maker here. Lucid gets another kill there on a Taulek in the kill feed. Lucid's the only pro player that I see utilizing that mark system more than anyone else. It's incredible how much he uses that.
Right, just in his head on how he has to keep track of traffic. And because remember, Lucid's always calling out. He's directing traffic. He's telling players where to go. And he's also, I think he's trying not to flood the comms. Yeah. But also just, hey, one shot here. Yeah. He's trying to direct traffic and also let them know exact positions at the same time.
Very smart. Definitely an underutilized thing in Halo Infinite. Is that mark system as well as the scan. 35-32 now. Optic Gaming hold on to a 3-kill lead, but for how long? As Formal pushes up the middle side of the map. He's got 2 players to deal with, but he's the turret. Doesn't matter to him. Gets enough damage for TriPPPeY to clean one up. Now TriPPPeY is stuck in a position where he gets flanked, but his teammate's there to help him as well, and TriPPPeY just put massive damage into everybody.
And this is the Optic Gaming special. They keep it close about halfway through the game, and then once you get past that 30 kill mark, that's when they start to really put their foot down on the pedal and really accelerate throughout this game.
Yeah, this is Native Red's job to understand that and to hold on tightly. APG trying to loosen the grip of Native Red. They don't want them to come back into this game. Lucid gonna waste 2 rockets there, but regardless, they're out of the game.
That's still tough.
Go down. Yeah.
You want those rockets to really finalize your game. When you go 3 down, and now Native Red basically have the ability to play the neutral game. They're playing very well, baiting each other, ensuring that they consistently have help. Taulek, if he can stay alive and form a line with the rest of his teammates over here at B, they're gonna have a real chance.
Native Red is the most momentum-based team I've ever seen, and that 1 kill could be the difference maker. But as I say that, Optic go 4 up in the game, 44-40 now. TriPPPeY having a solid game. Pretty much everyone in the game. No one standout player. That push does initiate. APG gonna do a lot of damage though. We'll see if Lucid can clean it up. He cannot. But again, TriPPPeY comes in to clean it up instead, and he gets a triple. 3 down for Native Red.
That's an incredible job by TriPPPeY to prioritize the damage that he heard. He knew how much damage APG had, and it was systematic the way that he went through and ripped apart Native Red's setup.
And there it is. Beautiful job there by Optic Gaming. They will win now game number 2, and they're 1 game away from sending Native Red home. And honestly, making it to Championship Sunday once again, where they belong.
I want to take a look at maybe some of those final plays by TriPPPeY and that triple kill that secures that win for Optic Gaming, because it's those little cleanups that they're able to do. It's the difference between Optic and so many teams is Optic Gaming managed to stay alive so often. But look at APG, right? He's getting this great damage down. 2-man push for Native Red. They're doing a phenomenal job at playing with each other and capitalizing on damage. But when we switch over, look at TriPPPeY. He's like a bat out of hell. The way that he goes into this music, instantly takes care of the 1 shot, knows where the second is, throws the nade to take care of the third. Just absolutely phenomenal job by TriPPPeY to finish off all those kills.
And then that's what kind of, you know, it's kind of a point now to point this out to everybody. And, you know, again, the disrespect that goes towards APG, I'm not a big fan of it. I hate it. But it's plays like that he makes, right, that don't show up. He just did massive amounts of damage. TriPPPeY came in, cleaned it all up. But it was because of the positioning that he had, because of the fact that he isolated 1 player and stayed alive as long as he did and did all that damage that, you know, that they were able to get those 3 kills. Regardless, as a team, Optic looking pretty solid. I mean, they're looking like they're on the same page again, which we love to see.
Big damage from TriPPPeY right there. And you can see TriPPPeY, big damage dealt, also high damage taken. And you love to see that from players like TriPPPeY, because they're those middle players that are constantly finding themselves engaging, trying to take that damage to allow some of their players like Lucid and Formal to have a little bit more freedom on the map. TriPPPeY does a phenomenal job. I think he's one of the best team players. Not from his comms, but from his gameplay, right? The damage that he puts down, the way that he sets up his teammate. There's very few players like TriPPPeY in the league.
Well, we move on to Solitude Strongholds now, and this is where you can't count Native Red out, all right? Like, we've seen a reverse sweep just recently from SSG. Optic were up 2-0 in the SSG series, and SSG came back to win the series 3-2. So, seeing this stat sheet here, seeing the series layout, you see 2-0. It was convincing in the first game and pretty convincing in the second, but Native Red still have a chance here, and I'm not going to count them out just yet. Solitude being a map they're very strong at, right?
Yeah, Solitude, this should be pretty much bread and butter for Native Red. They know how to play this, especially Strongholds. It didn't change much from Halo 5. Halo Infinite, though, the spawn system, it's a little bit different. Blue's going to be a little bit more heavily weighted, so it's easier to set up that spawn trap, but it's also very easy to lose your loop spawns. As you guys can see, a little bit of bathroom break, get yourself ready and rested for Native Red. And, you know, you're down 0-2 in the series. I think it's okay to take a step back and get on the same page.
I like it. I always love, big fan of those resets. I make it very clear. I think that's very important. But what would you talk about if you're Native Red right here? I think for me, if you were to ask me that question, thank you for asking that question, I would say the singular pushes, right? Those solo pushes that they consistently tend to be doing. I understand that there's a timing to it, and sometimes it works. You're able to kind of like disrupt, but what would you say?
I think you're letting too many one-shots get away.
Okay.
Just capitalize on damage. And that's, you know, it's not an easy task because that's what Optic Gaming's so efficient at, but you have to be, hey, I have this guy one shot, he's going here, clear the comms a little bit and ensure that you're capitalizing on the right kills. So when players get weak, you call that out. But so often what we saw from Optic Gaming is a player gets down to 1 shot, they stay alive. And they find extra value, right? It's that extra value that Optic Gaming uses to win games.
So let's see if they can clean up some kills. That is Native Red. And we'll see if that changes anything here coming to this next game.
Oh my God, yo, someone, who was that in the chat?
Naranji
with the 5 gifted. Let's go.
Thank you very, very much for that support. Really, really love to see the support out of the Halo community, man. You guys, you know, there's definitely some bad eggs, you know, but you guys are awesome.
Yeah, guys, and, you know, for anyone that's watching for the first time, doesn't know what LVT Halo is and what we're about, we're a community-driven broadcast. All of us are doing this from our own, you know, on our own accord. We're not being paid by 343 or any other organizations to be out here. We pay our own way. We try to ensure that we can bring as much coverage to the HCS as possible. Realistically, if we weren't here, this match would be uncasted, right? And we thought that's not right.
Yep.
So we wanted to step up, bring what we can to the community, and we've been able to come out to these lands because of the support that's been given to us in the chat. I think we're so close to like 1,000 subs right now. But
I believe we are, yeah.
Yeah, everyone that's been able to help us support us and ensure that we're coming out to these events, it really does mean the world.
Very, very much appreciated. Yeah, like Tools has said, you know, community funded, and you guys have definitely done just that. You guys are incredible. I see another sub out of Vaporize there. We're getting to this next match shortly. As you saw on the player cam, players are taking a break, and we'll, as soon as they're ready, we will be right back and ready as well. And they're still taking a break.
I think that was Optic. Was that Optic that was moving?
It might have been
the refs. I think it might have just been the refs that were moving over there.
Okay, but yeah, I do want to say that I feel like I said, these breaks are important. So maybe we'll see a really good series after this break. Things could really change coming into that. So, Face Momo, thank you for that gifted sub.
Dude, you're so fast at reading the game. I'm terrible at reading Twitch
That's
tags.
what I do.
It's like I like the clean tags, like Topher.
Oh, okay.
Like Topher's easy to read.
Yep.
Juan Grandma, shout out to Juan Grandma. She's a great supporter, and all our subs that are able to ensure that we're able to do what we do here today.
Yeah, I said it before, but I'll say it again because I like to repeat myself and be heard, and I like people listening to me. You know, I wouldn't be here without you guys, man. I got to cast HCS Orlando, and I haven't casted live Halo since. And man, being in a live Halo setting is absolutely incredible, and I love it. Casting is my passion, and because of you guys, you know, obviously was able to bring me here, and here I am as Topher gives 5 subs to the channel once again.
I think I might need Louis to read down. That everything went so fast, dude. I lost the track of it.
Solara with a Twitch Prime sub and Topher with a 5.
Oh my God. Dude, that's the Leon 17 with a Prime. Oh my God, we're just getting sub after sub.
Arctic Clutch.
Arctic Clutch, baby.
You guys are the best, man.
I got Topher with another 5.
Topher, you're insane.
Dude, Topher is like giving 400 subs. Dude, Louis, are we close to our 1,000? Oh my God. Oh! Scumpy, baby.
Oh,
the
baby.
king.
Oh, baby. Look at.
Oh, Scump got us over 1,000 subs.
Oh, Scumpy, man.
Thank you, Scumpy.
I just want to say, bro, I appreciate what you do for Halo. I appreciate that you do these watch parties, man.
Oh my God, Method's giving 20, baby.
Wow,
hey, hey, Green Wall, you know what I'm saying? The Green Wall. Hey, I know who I'm rooting for now.
Oh no, we're biased.
They're buying the casters off.
Biased now, dude. Oh no, you guys are amazing though. The COD community, we love you over here, man. Thank you so much for doing the watch parties. Optic in general, that whole family, you guys are great. Appreciate you so much.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's great that these guys have been watch partying, doing everything. It was phenomenal to see these guys go at work and bring that extra content. And that's, we try to bring the content in our way, they bring the content in their way. Yes, it all works together, and we appreciate it. Let them have some background noise.
Oh, you got Boo Boo Doo, the professional, giving some love to Scumpy. Love that. I love
Boo Boo Doo's top 3, bro.
He's the man, dude.
Boo Boo Doo cracked out.
Man, look at this.
Today's oh my God, dude.
This. All right, well,
Kick, save, crunch with the 5.
You said it was too hard to read. All right, this is too hard to read for me.
Oh my God, Woozy.
This is a lot. You guys are crazy, man. Love you guys so much.
We got Unfinished Love with 20 gifted. Kick.
20? Jeez.
Oh, okay, it's flying, guys. Okay, we're getting a lot of follows, guys. Yeah, we're at 49,000 followers. A little more than that, right? We want to get to 50K followers, and literally the followers are going so fast right now that it's impossible to read. Topher with another gifted sub. Topher is a constant supporter in this stream.
Love you guys, man.
By the way, guys, it looks like all the players are sitting down now, so I imagine Game 3 will be starting soon, but we appreciate the love.
Oh my God, we appreciate all this love. Guys, just for a reference, just less than a year ago, like 9 months ago, I think we're at how was it, just under 20?
We were about 10K.
10K subs?
Yeah,
10K followers, right.
10K followers.
So from January to now, we went from 10K followers to 50K. Well, just the support that the Halo community's been showing us, and all these subs, dude, these subs are crazy.
Yeah, you get me emotional. Guys, I can't get emotional before the cast, man.
I need Optic to go back to the bathroom.
You guys are nuts, man.
That's right. We're at 1,118 subs right now. We're at 49,262 followers. So we've gained 250 followers in the last 30 seconds.
Give a shout out to everyone that's following. Give a shout out to Scumpy, man, and Methods. You guys are great. Thank you.
Greenwall goes hard, bro.
Yeah,
Native Gaming guys are great, too.
I'm still not going to be biased, all right? I don't want to get fired over here, but I love you guys very much. You guys are great. Hex, shout out to you as well, brother. You guys are great over there. Appreciate you. Here we go.
Game is starting.
Back into the action.
Green wall was like, I knew the game was starting because the green wall on the other side of the venue started screaming. And it's just one more game for for them to continue on in their tournament. Native Red's hopes and dreams live on the Halo 5 Classic map of Plaza.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Right away, you've got 2 dead for Optic Gaming and a 2 dead for Native Red. 3 down for Native Red now. APG looking for this double, not gonna find it. Taulek is gonna take him out as the last player alive. A massive kill, but Lucid instantly trades out, and now Optic Gaming have control.
Look at the priority of Native Red, though. What is the spawn that they want? They want to get their players over towards Loop. SoulSnipe trying to push Formal out of Hotel, but you're not getting him out of that room.
Now this man's been doubted too much, all right? He's the controller king for a reason, the controller MVP of last year, and he's gonna show you right now with his sniper, if he's able to make something happen, able to get a pick potentially here, this could turn things around. He does get that pick, the assist comes out, 2 down for Native Red.
Formal still just patrolling over here towards C. The trip cap is in, and now Native Red's in a dangerous position because of the spawn trap that's so easy to lay in effect. Formal's watching for anyone to peek driveway.
Triple cap.
Oh, no one's going. They're all going towards yard. No push towards B. They're gonna, this is great from Optic. They're letting Native Red get A to keep themselves set up. They're gonna watch the escape routes instead.
Yeah, it's that risk reward, right? You've got to, take those small moves to not take huge risks because that could turn the game. That could turn the tide of the game. And right now you have 2 wins in this series thus far. You want to close it out, but you want to be disciplined about it.
Well, so far, Formal's been living in that hotel with the sniper very far away, but he keeps getting kills. Native Red know that they need to prioritize getting that sniper off the map, but Formal just refuses to die at the hotel.
What a beautiful kill by Manny, though. Look at him. He's going to step in his toe to contest here. Contesting for so very long, but they spot him out, and TriPPPeY gets the kill. Lucid going to help out as well, but Taulek cleans that one up.
This is all because of Native Red spawn control. They're keeping a loop, and what that does is it doesn't matter if you die, because on the respawn, you have instant access to the hill. So when Optic Gaming loses a number, they have no refill, and Native Red can keep throwing that numbers into the bottom mid-hill.
Taulek's got to take care of 2 positions here. It's APG on the right-hand side on blue. APG ends up going down, as well as 3 members of Optic Gaming, and that will be a triple cap once again, but now in the favor of Native Red.
This is where Native Red's dangerous. They made their living in Halo 5 on this map and game type in particular. When they get this trip cap set up, they're one of the most dangerous teams in the game.
Taulek's in an interesting position here, right? He knows the spawns are happening on that side of the map on Loop, but he's got to put damage into the players that are rotating around. Optic are going to do their best to rotate. Lucid goes down instantly, though. Formal gets caught from behind, but Formal and TriPPPeY are able to get that kill. That's huge. It forces Taulek back.
Well, Taulek needs to stay up high right here, stay at gold. What's important is that they cannot let Optic Gaming move out of that loop spawn without Native Red finding some sort of contestation angle. But Formal's been picking apart the setup of Native Red. They keep trying to find him, but he finds player after player. Someone shut him down.
Imagine playing like this, but also talking like you're an auctioneer. This guy has the communication to end all communication, but he also can play the way he's playing. 6 and 5 and 3, a lot of assists on the board, not a lot of deaths. That's what you like to see.
Great double by APG to clear out C, but they still are not scoring. Native Red has gone on a huge run. It's this sniper rifle that can change everything, but remember, they don't have the loop control at the moment. That's what Formal went to prioritize, and it might have just bought enough time with that pit.
That was a great job by APG, right? You take the unorthodox position here on the bottom center of the map. You get 2 picks, almost get the second one, but they're going to shut you down. Native Red now have control of the sniper.
Look how fast Native Red was onto that refill. Optic Gaming didn't have the spawns necessary to contain B. That bottom mid-hill is not going anywhere, and SoulSnipe's cracking heads.
I love how he's peeking here. He doesn't want to take a lot of damage. He is one shot, and he's got the control of the spawns here on Loop. Now he stays alive. No more sniper ammo to use, but he's still going to push aggressively when he has the help of his teammate. Now Taulek and SoulSnipe are going to push it aggressively, but look at this. Optic wiped them clean. 2 down for Native Red. Make that 3.
Triple kill.
Beautiful target from TriPPPeY right there, able to get 3. They're retreating back towards Hotel because they expect to be able to put pressure immediately on these blue spawners.
Unfortunately, TriPPPeY thought that was a plasma nade the first time, so he's going to take a lot of damage there, but there it is. Taulek gets that kill. APG trying to recover here. There's 1 down for Optic. One down for Native Red, but Native Red have control of C.
This trip cap is great for Optic Gaming. They can let C go and keep that spawn trap. Now Native Red has to decide, where do we expand out to? Taulek's gonna lead that charge towards glass. He has to find this kill.
There it is. He does find it, and they also find 2 more.
Great job. Look at them going down to B right there. Able to get it. Taulek's influencing the spawn. Optic Gaming trip cap was short-lived.
We'll see, though, the push here comes from APG on the loop side. Not able to find the kill onto Taulek. 2 go down for Optic once again. Taulek trying to find another. That's 3 dead for each side.
TriPPPeY's doing his job over at bottom mid. It's not to get it, but he needs to force these Native Red players to go underneath that quantum translocator. Can't keep him alive. And Optic, they've decided to draw it down and play for B. They never secured C. It's 2 points every second that Native Red is securing.
Yeah, they're starting to get B right now, but like you said, C has not been capped just yet. Finally, they hop onto that one. But now they'll know the spawns. Quantum Translocator spawning in 2 seconds. That's going to be an important piece to the puzzle here coming into the next stages of this game.
Lucid has huge information for his team. Saw that 2 players were trying to push out towards Flowers. That's going to allow Optic Gaming to start putting a lot more pressure towards Soda and try to kill these players on Native Red on their escape routes.
Lucid unfortunately goes down there being a bit aggressive. Thought he had the help, but unfortunately he does not. 3 go down for Optic. They're looking to take out TriPPPeY. That's all 4 dead for Optic Gaming. And Suppress gonna take advantage and get the triple cap.
That might be a back-breaking play. Suppress with the sniper shuts down the spawners at blue, and this trip cap's gonna be a pain for Optic to break out of.
Suppress is waiting for the spawn trap here. TriPPPeY pushing on through. Suppress gonna miss some very important snipe shots, and because of that, TriPPPeY will take control of C now, and he will also have the snipe to work with.
TriPPPeY's doing the important job. It's important that they expand and don't stay in that same spot. You need as much space to work with on this map, but unfortunately, Native Red just keeps winning the spawn battle at Loop. They keep winning those kills. It's gonna be up to these players that are playing back at Driveway to win some huge fights for Optic Gaming.
That sniper's not going to carry a lot of value. A lot of shots missed with that one. We'll have to wait for the next spawn, but 3 down for Optic Gaming. SoulSnipe's opportunity here to get C. He will do that. They will have a double cap, and B still at the bottom side of the map, still being contested by Optic.
Native Red is always going to play for 3 when it's possible. We see how they swarm to these hills. Optic Gaming need to use that to their advantage. Native Red is going to spread themselves thin on the map whenever they get a numbers advantage. Work together in pairs, capitalize on damage from your teammates.
Optic Gaming find 2 out of Native Red. The SoulSnipe still here on this A side. With the 2 dead, Optic will be able to convert, and that will be Lucid. Trying to convert this hill, but Manny with a beautiful shots there takes him out.
Great recognition from Native Red to recognize that Optic Gaming was going to play for that trip cap. Lucid went in alone, expecting that Native Red was going to try to expand out towards Nest, but they push back, get the kill, stabilize their efforts, and now can play for that bottom hill.
Yeah, Native Red very scrappy as a team, but Optic Gaming, when they have a lockdown on something, they stamp it, they make sure to keep it, they cement their feet on these 2 points on B and C. And it's Suppressed that's trying to find an opening here. He might find one with TriPPPeY, and he does with the perfect, but he gets traded out instantly.
Great job by APG getting that shots down range. You see Native Red, they're split and scattered right now. They have players at blue and at loop, but they have no access to the B and C hill. This is a fragile position that Optic Gaming can take advantage of.
APG gets the call out. Suppressed is down bottom, cleans him up for the killing spree. Now wants more. He smells blood in the water, and so do Optic Gaming as they go for another kill. 3 down for Native Red.
Formal loves to play this dip area, gives him quick access to these hills and plenty of cover to work with. And when he takes on a fight, he hardly ever loses it.
202 and counting. Optic, like I said, continue to maintain control of B and C. Native Red have a very sizable lead, but it's being cut down by the green wall.
APG gets the stick. APG goes huge, but C transfers hands, and Native Red, they're going for the jugular. If they can get this bottom hill and push into the immediate spawners, it could be GG.
It's up to this kill right here. Lucid with a massive kill onto SoulSnipe. That will facilitate the space on the map that they can take in order to continue on this 2-cap presence. A and B.
Quick answer from Optic Gaming. They did not let Native Red get set up whatsoever, largely because of Lucid and his immediate play action.
A still held by Optic, but B and C going to be taken. This is huge. You can see at the bottom right of the screen, bottom middle, that timer is going up. All they need is 250. Optic need to get in a hill, and they need to do it right now.
U-turn is deceptively strong for teams. You can find quick access to these hills. TriPPPeY has to win this fight. He's down to one shot. Manny goes down. Formal has the cleanup. TriPPPeY got so much damage down range, but you have to get into the hill. 248 Optic Gaming. There's no other chance. You have to win now.
They are contesting. They got it. Native Red. They're gonna win another. They're gonna win a game in the series, and now there's a potential reverse sweep that we have in our hands. 2-1. Optic still lead, but Native Red with a very convincing win.
Optic's been here before. It wasn't pretty when it was the home team on the other side. Though I will say, that is one of Native Red's best game types.
Right.
It's not necessarily expected that Optic should have won that. These guys have been playing Halo 5 for a long time. They knew that meta like a book. They knew exactly what to do. We saw them play for spawn control at a much faster pace, and were able to secure bottom mid hills like this play in particular. Let's rewind this one when we get the chance and take a look at what Native Red was doing that allowed them to keep so much control.
Native Red, though, even though it's their best game type, they're not thinking about that. They're thinking they just brought this series back.
So take a look at this, right? TriPPPeY, he's capturing this hill, but look at the spawns that Native Red have. And this is why they're so successful, is because they're able to refill from loop. When you're spawning at blue, which is that position behind Taulek, you have to traverse through the map. But when you have loop, you always have instant access to B. So as long as you're playing trade for trade, your spawners, as they come up, can help you with those fights. It creates prolonged fights for bottom B, but you will always go in favor of loop, unless if you see a 3 and 4 immediate down.
Will we see Native Red continue with this bit of momentum that they got from game number 3? Aquarius CTF is our next game type, and a game type Optic are very strong. And we'll see if they can continue that strength.
This is tough.
It is.
Tough for Native Red.
It's a bad game type pool right here for them. They don't want this on game 4. I mean, going into the next one, you know what I mean?
Remember the game match against Sentinels?
Yep.
5-0 was how Optic Gaming came out. Sentinels eventually got the best of them in that game 5, and Sentinels have been playing phenomenal in today's tournament, securing that top 3 finish throughout the winner's bracket. But we saw what Optic Gaming was able to do to them. They are one of the best Aquarius Flags team. If you're a part of the green wall, you love that this is your game 4 game type.
Well, let's see if they can capitalize here. Like I've talked about before, Native Red are a momentum-based team, but here we go. Hopping into game number 4. Native Red need to answer back right now.
Now, what's different about post-update, right? There used to be a camouflage at top mid. You see a quantum translocator now. That means you're going to see a lot more perimeter play. It's not as much of a priority to get a hold of that power-up.
Quantum translocator will still be at the top center of the map. SoulSnipe posturing for it, but has to back up due to the shots taken from Formal at the bottom center. 2 down for Native Red, and SoulSnipe plays back. That's a smart play, getting the spawns for his teammates.
The Quantum's just your cherry on top on this map. You have to ensure that you play for slays first. It's not worth going out of your way. What's better is to ensure that you have the perimeters, that you have flag running routes, and that you're able to keep your team forward.
Formal in a great position to do just that for his team. He's got the shock nades as well. So incredibly strong. And it's crazy because they've been nerfed, but they still pack a punch if you're able to aim them correctly. Only 1 down, though, for Native Red off those nades. SoulSnipe looking for another. Unfortunately, Formal's going to walk by a couple people. Because of that, TriPPPeY puts a massive amount of damage in on the bottom center. And ends up going down, though.
I love how SoulSnipe's playing so fast and aggressive into this base, but his team needs to be matching that pace for that to be successful. You have to be able to capitalize down on damage. And look at Taulek, he's just QTing away. He said, hey, you make me 1 shot, I'll come back later.
Great use of the QT and great job getting his shield back. Oh, nope, not gonna do it in time. He had the QT, it could have used it to get that kill onto Lucid, but Lucid comes out on top of the ice once again.
I would have loved to see that from Taulek. When you have that QT within your vision and you can see the player, use that QT as a long version of a strafe. It doesn't matter if they know where that portal's at, you'll have the jump on them.
SoulSnipe putting some nades in to help Taulek in the back of base here, but I don't think he helped him, I think he hurt him, and that's gonna be a kill, but SoulSnipe comes out, takes care of it anyway. And that will be a cap That will be the very first cap of the game. There's no way. I don't think there's anyone in position at this moment. It's going to be Formal who tries to be, but unfortunately he gets taken out, and Native Red will go up 1-0.
Slow and steady wins the race right there for Native Red. They didn't try to overextend and make something happen. Instead, they let Optic Gaming come into the base, but they were ready to find that attack, kill the players in the base, slowly push that flag through, and they get the first one on the board.
Lucid controlling top P here, a very important spot on the map. SoulSnipe not ready for it. The heat wave will come into effect, and Lucid will continue to push his advantage, picking up that thruster. We talked about it before. It's an instant win, but not in this case. Taulek gets a big kill before Formal trades it out once again. Very good at trading out kills as Optic.
The problem is they've had a couple times this game where they've gone 3 or 4 down. What we need to see is more of that padded living from players like Formal and TriPPPeY, where they get down to 1 shot and they somehow find a way to survive. If they're able to do that a little bit more often, you're going to see some great success.
And we got to see that discipline come back for Optic Gaming. TriPPPeY, beautiful shots with the pistol. Taulek gets that trade though, and that will allow the lane here for Native Red to push on through the base, but they've got to get through Formal first. And Manny's able to do so, but now without taking massive damage from the back. Beautiful job there by Optic Gaming to spot out the aggressive push.
And Manny's getting a little ahead of himself right there. Remember, you have to play it phase by phase. Check every corner. Do not assume that players are not in certain positions, especially when you have someone like Lucid on the other team. He's a master at finding the empty spaces on the map and occupying them.
That's one of the best ways I like to see that Quantum Translocator used. You throw flag out, you're able to take top center once again. Quantum Translocator will be gone now. He won't be able to utilize it, and it's at a bad time because he's overrun. He gets taken out.
APG. He's keeping his aim pure right there, able to get that kill, but SoulSnipe, stay high, right? Stay high, stay flying. Formal gets the kill, but that might just be enough for Native Red to kill this flag run.
And that was a big kill by Formal, but it's not enough because Taulek is still able to get the return. A run that looked real solid out of Optic Gaming is squashed by Native Red.
Taulek's a dangerous player. This heat wave, expect him to just absolutely pop off if given the chance.
Suppress is going to take top B here. He has Taulek as well. Taulek took a bit of damage, you can see by the exclamation point on his head. Lucid going to clean up one in the feed. That's going to be Taulek. That damage does come to be a kill, but Lucid with the flank once again. The heat wave, so powerful. He's able to put so much damage into the enemy team, and he continues to do so. They're not even looking at the man. He's getting free shots in.
Yeah, you can't give Lucid a free heat wave like that. Taulek needs to realize that his life's more valuable when you have a power weapon in your possession. When you die and you give a player like Lucid 7 heat wave shots, you know that your team's going to be seeing the respawn on a continual basis.
Taulek has to play slow here. I like this pace change out of Taulek. Sometimes you got to change the pace of the game. Aggression is not working out for you, but you got to hit your shots as well, and he does just that. A couple shots missed, but he cleans it up at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. He gets the kill onto APG.
It's a cute little pre-fire, you know, bunny hopping up and down, able to get that shot. APG was very confident that he was going to get that kill, but Taulek somehow gets away with it. But Formal, oh man, he's a laser.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's locked in again. It's that flow state I talk about so very often. That's where these players need to be. You know they can perform when they're in that state, but it's just about getting there. It's very difficult to do, but if Optic Gaming can find a way, they can close out this series fast.
Taulek fighting important picks. He has that thruster, and it will be enough. It honestly feels like an instant win in those one-on-one engagements when you have that thruster in your back pocket.
TriPPPeY, no thruster to use this time though, gets naded out, suppressed, and SoulSnipe get 2 kills. That's going to be 2 dead momentarily. A couple players coming off a spawn here on the fridge side, and this opens up the opportunity for Manny to potentially pull this flag. I really like the idea of getting the thrust first though.
He gets the thrust. I think he was expecting maybe to open up this back spawn, but Optic Gaming, they all spawn towards fridge and they overextended. Manny's just looking for someone to kill, and he's like, damn, did they all just leave their base? There was no one at home for Optic Gaming.
Problem is now is Lucid just came off a spawn, and he's going to spawn in the utility side, so he's got to be careful of him. Manny's really posted up on that side of the map, and you can see in the top right corner of your screen, he's still alive, so he's able to still play a presence on that side. APG just trying to get this flag over just a bit. Spotted though and taken out.
Optic, they overextended off their spawn, but what that does is it creates open spaces at the back of your own base. Native Red, there was no one to pressure them on the opposite side, so although that looks like a great opportunity for Optic, you're basically running into the trap of Native Red.
And Trap is exactly what Taulek's looking to do here.
All
of Optic is on the other P side. I love this play out of him. Utilizing this heat wave. Suppressed is trying to bait here. They're not going to fall for it, but even if they didn't fall for it, Lucid still goes down. Look at all the damage that's been done. Taulek, what a beautiful play.
Stays hidden, stays calm. Lucid might have known, but he had a big stick in his back pocket, a little bit of an insurance policy. Taulek uses it to great effect, and Optic Gaming are now floundering at their back spawn. Look at this pressure that Native Red's going to pull in. Manny gets that first pick, and there's going to be a flood of players from Native Red that follow.
2 down, though, for Optic Gaming. Make that 3, and this is the chance for Native Red to make something happen here. Taulek has the Quantum Translocator, and he's playing sneaky once again. Look at him. Gets 1 kill. Wants to bait out the right side. Comes out, but he doesn't know that Optic have multiple players ready to fight.
But it's fine. Taulek basically stalls, delays, and now it's going to be enough time for Native Red to get their second capture on board.
2 caps on the board now for Native Red. A 2-1 lead here for Optic, but only 4 minutes remain in this game, and this is one of Optic's better game types, so to see Native Red perform this well, it just goes to show the momentum is king.
With how much pressure Optic was able to put forward immediately after that capture, you were expecting a counter cap, but calm plays from Native Red where they prioritize their gunfights. You can see SoulSnipe a little cracked out. He's shooting bodies on the ground. That's how you know he's playing in that flow state sort of capacity.
Yeah, try not to shoot bodies too early, though. It comes back to bite a lot of players here in this scene. Formal, though, going to use the Quantum Translocator, baits out his damage, stays alive on top of that, and now he's got Lucid, his buddy, to push in with him on utility if he wants to. And it looks like that's exactly what they might do, but the nades come through and clean him up.
Native Red are starting to read the routes of Optic Gaming a little bit better. Lucid's so used to being able to play through the middle of the map without players really expecting him to push. Taulek has been putting he's been shutting that down now. Lucid's going to have to find a different way to approach these next few gunfights.
You see the pace of the game is slowed as well. With only 3 minutes remaining, all they got to do is play defense, and Optic is walking right into the BR fire of Native Red. Formal on your screen right now. He's going to have to play aggressive here, but unfortunately he just caught out his base. Multiple players of Native Red are staying back, but also multiple are pushing up.
Oh, this could be the dagger. Native Red are flooding into the base of Optic Gaming. Heat wave in the hands of Native Red as well. Lucid has to go big on this flank, and this is what Lucid is. The route man gets paid. He's able to find the first pick, and the rest of Optic break out.
What a beautiful job here. They get 2 down. That is Optic. We'll see if they can turn this into anything, though. At this point in time, it looks like it's going to be Native Red. Some beautiful shots there by Suppress. Formal not able to clean him up, but that's going to be a big kill. Oh, but he's taken out instantly. Thought it was going to give him P2 control. Does not become the case. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. Optic need 2 caps in 2 minutes. Can it happen?
Lucid finds that route once again. He loves to go through that bottom mid of the map, get in through the front of the base. So often you'll find a thruster pack available for you to work with. Taulek.
Clean up. He wants more, though.
Who's that player? It's TriPPPeY that's hiding down that util. If he can live.
You gotta take care of him. Manny's gonna try.
Huge by Manny. He runs out of ammo, but he prioritizes getting that trade. You can't allow those players to stay alive. Unfortunately for Native Red, APG's here quickly to refill that position.
It's a great job by APG, though. He uses shocks to create space on the map and just make sure that he's not getting pushed out of this utility side.
Oh, you're gonna start to see a little bit of the Tortuga strat. Stay in your back base, create a strong exterior, and oh my god, SoulSnipe was ready. Doubles for the team. 1 in the kill, 1 in the assist, and Optic, they go 3 down. You have just over 60 seconds to make this happen. Back-to-back caps are needed, or else a game 5 is imminent.
There's one team that can do it. I definitely see it being Optic, but they're gonna really have to go now. They've got to send 1 player, pull this flag through. They've got to get the slays as well. Then they've got to keep someone here. Manny's going to be on the backside. Lucid with a big kill. 55 seconds left. Lucid playing this intelligently. The nade's not going to connect fully, though, when he goes down.
He's trying to prioritize those slays. The rest of Optic Gaming isn't keeping up with that pace. And you can't afford to die back there. It's just going to cost much needed time that Optic just does not have.
Yeah, now Native Red are just putting up a wall of defense. They're not going to let Optic anywhere through. 35 seconds to get 2 caps. Nearly impossible at this stage. And guess what that means, ladies and gentlemen? That means we're going to a game number 5. And oh, baby, baby, baby. We haven't seen a game 5 all day. And this is the one we see? Are you kidding?
The friends that formed in 2019.
Triple kill.
Oh my, what's all over for Suppress? The new kid on the block making impactful plays, and he just learned that the world champions bleed red. We're going to a game 5.
What an entrance for this man. He said it in the interview. He's here to prove himself, and he did just that. Look at the pop-off. It's not a lot. You see that right there. There's still work to be done for Native Red. You don't see them celebrating. They still have Live Fire Slayer. The first game, number 5, on the LVT Halo broadcast, and it's Optic Gaming versus Native Red.
Wow. Deja vu for Optic Gaming.
Crazy.
It could be back-to-back heartbreakers. A reverse sweep from the homestand team of Space Station Gaming just an hour ago. They come down into the Bravo station, and suddenly you're getting pushed into a game 5 after an overkill from Suppress. Nice and clean does it. Let's take a look at this thing once again.
The thrust back, isolate the player, jumps up, overkill. Nice and clean, nice and beautiful out of Suppress. And again, he's been on the stage before. It's not new to him, but this team is new to him. And it's a different style of players, and he's fitting perfectly. He does it every time he joins a team. He fits perfectly. He's doing that here, and all they needed was to get through the loser's bracket just a bit. And there we go. The chemistry is building, and he's ready to go. Game 5.
Elias and Optic Gaming, it was inconceivable that they wouldn't make day 3 when they were in Arlington. And suddenly it's worrying that they might not make day 3 in Salt Lake City. Just a few months ago, these guys were lifting their 3rd back-to-back trophy over their head. And now, suddenly, they might not even have a chance to compete on Championship Sunday in their whites.
Yeah, that's the 2nd tournament in a row and not in their whites. I honestly, like, you know, I know we do a lot of filling here just due to certain circumstances, but I will say I want Optic to take a break right now. This is necessary. You know, you got to get Lunchbox back there. Lunchbox has to have a speech. I know it sounds corny, but you have to understand the mental is such an important aspect of the game. You didn't make Championship Sunday last event. You got to do it this event. You got to make it happen. This Optic squad looks way better than they did last event. If they can make it happen, it's now. But I will say the Native Red, they're young kids, and they play off that momentum and hype. And if they continue to get this hype and energy, it's going to build confidence, and it's going to be very difficult to squash.
Oh man, there's one player I'm really keeping my eye on.
Who is it?
Suppressed.
Okay.
This is the first time he's ever been in this position.
Yeah, good call.
A rookie last season. Him and his brothers made waves. For anyone that's not aware, Suppressed, he's part of the infamous triplets of Halo Infinite. Three brothers, Suppressed, Diagram, and Avenue, all went on this road, this path to being pro, and really it's a race between all of them to see who can lift the trophy first. And while Suppressed is just getting one step closer to getting into a Championship Sunday, throughout the history of Halo, it's been brothers that have dominated. Ogre 1, Ogre 2, the twins that started it all. Lunch, Box, and Roy, who dominated in Halo 3 with their perfect shots. And now it's up to Suppress to continue on that trend. I really want to see this guy get further and further in his career. There's something special about him. He's over there on that right of your screen. That's Mr. Suppressed. He's been a phenomenal player thus far. He's come up big in multiple elimination matches throughout today.
As you can see, the ball pit fun. A little bit of the headshots that we took there, or SSG had took. SSG, of course, the host of this event. We are LVT Halo. We cover all Halo events here and there. Anything we can cover, we do cover. And we want to say we appreciate you guys. My name is Active, of course. This is Tools. We are your casters for this match. And what a match it is, because we're getting into game 5.
This sniper needs to go in Formal's hands. He's been popping off on it.
You said you wanted to watch Suppressed. One man to watch for me is Formal. We know what this man's capable of. All he has to do is reach his arm over to the wall and flip the damn switch. And when that happens, things get very difficult for the enemy team. Here we go! Game number 5, Optic Gaming versus Native Red.
TriPPPeY's suspecting someone to push, but there's no one there. You never get a free heat wave like this. You better make the most of it.
This heat wave could be ginormous for this Optic roster to start. It's going to be a very slow-paced game. For a lot of this game, it will be slow-paced. They're finding openings. No one wants to give anything up. The loser of this will not play tomorrow. A lot is at stake here, and that OS is the tool to get the win for this squad.
The Shroud Screen is going to force Taulek to reposition towards dummies, a very exposed position, but you have to keep your sniper on top of that overshield. Optic Gaming's throwing all their resources. TriPPPeY grabs it, TriPPPeY goes white. He has the extra shields, and Taulek has to run away.
A little bit of an overextension there by Native Red. They pushed up a little too far. Optic made them pay right into the trap. The nade does not connect. TriPPPeY's able to do enough damage, though, and now he's got the sniper in his hands. What is he going to do with this?
Just one bullet to work with, but one head is all you need. TriPPPeY in that top mid position. Optic Gaming gonna start to congest up. Look at this, 3 players standing on top of each other. If anyone tries to overextend, they essentially want to have overwhelming power to take them out.
Formal's gonna be the one on bottom center. Lots of players pushed up here. Suppressed and SoulSnipe get 2. 3 down for Optic Gaming. A double kill for Lucid, trying to turn the tides, but it's not gonna happen. He's taken out.
That's like LA traffic right there, just congested in the bottom of the tunnel. Someone looking for a free route out, but Native Red's gonna be the one that capitalizes on the chaos. They get a 3-2 trade in their favor, and now they're trying to pressure Optic Gaming off these spawns.
Yeah, Suppress gets 1 kill. The rest of Optic nowhere to be found. Suppress just making sure to check his corners. He doesn't want to end up in a situation where he gets back smacked, but that OS is coming up, and guess who's set up for it already? It's Optic Gaming on this side of the map instantly.
APG knows how important it is to keep this lane in check through the shrouds. SoulSnipe gets the kill. APG has to hold off the players at A, but SoulSnipe finds the next. And Formal, there's nothing to do. Suppress the rookie gets the job done. He's 8-2. Are you kidding me?
You wanted him to compete in a great way. You wanted him to showcase his talent. He's doing that right now. And so is the rest of Native Red. 2 down for Optic Gaming once again. A 21-11 lead for this roster.
Native Red's flying. This is where they're comfortable. They love to push forward. They never slow down. Optic likes to play that slow, methodical Slayer, especially in these Game 5 situations. They need to find a way to force Native to slow their push.
Taulek's in a great position on top tower there. He has full eyes on the snipe that's spawning in 9 seconds. SoulSnipe's gonna push up for that. Taulek will be behind him in that assistance. Lots of nades to just make sure no one's pushing through the cuts. Manny is gonna reverse onto TriPPPeY, send him off the map, and SoulSnipe will get that sniper to use.
Optic slowing this down. They're not trying to give up any open lanes. No heads to be found for SoulSnipe. We've seen multiple times where Optic Gaming, they like to put multiple players into the bottom.
There's a shot. No headshot to clean him up, though. Lucid plays his life perfectly. Optic playing very slow here. They're looking for an opening. They find it! Look at that! They get the first kill. They push on through. They get 2. But Native Red are so quick to trade out. 3 down for Native Red, though. Optic looking very solid here. This was a great push out of them. We need to see more of that. 24-19.
Methodical plays by Optic Gaming. We talk so often about the 3-1 setups that teams utilize. They let Lucid stay on an island at B and act as a distraction tool while 3 players pushed up at sandbags. Coordinating at the same time, they're able to collapse and find a huge swing of kills in their favor.
TriPPPeY once again with the heat wave. Optic's starting to come alive here. It's a little bit of a new energy. The OS is coming up as well. TriPPPeY posts that there for Lucid. Lucid potentially gonna grab that. He does. He gets the repulse as well. Repulse is the top. Watches the spawn's gonna miss the shot though. Looking for more. Suppress is the next one in his target. But look how much damage he's taking. That OS is pretty much gone.
And Native Red's just gonna skirt out. That could have been disastrous for this team if they would have been captured at the back of B, but they've been able to rotate, they've been able to create some space, and Lucid's overshield's gone.
West is gone, but he still has the sniper. And look at Optic coming back in this game, tied up now at 25. Native Red had such a sizable lead, and Optic have completely minimized that.
It all started with the team push, and suddenly Native Red, they just seem to be a little bit scattered. Their pacing is just not able to match what needs to be done, and here we go, Optic Gaming. This is their chance to take the lead.
TriPPPeY looking for an opening here. Spots a couple players down bottom center. Picks up 1. Look at the pistol shots, how much damage that thing can do. Not able to clean up the second, though, and that's going to allow Taulek to get the repulsor to utilize in order to stop this push here from Optic.
Oh, Taulek's from a beautiful spot. Look at this. He's got 3 players in front of him. Powerful position. He's waiting for the rest of his team to find the collapse with Foremost laying in wait at the tower.
Taulek drops down here. Gonna get caught out with a little bit of damage, and that's unfortunate. They collapse once again. Optic have been very good at collapsing on the likes of Native Red, and it's made it very difficult for Native Red to get any of those 1v1s that they want. That's exactly how Optic need to play.
Well, they've taken the lead. It was a huge lead that Native Red has let slip away, and now Lucid looks to go for the jugular. He's trying to open up this thing. Heatwave in his possession, a 2-kill lead. This is where they really start to see the game, this game start.
Sniper in 5 seconds here. TriPPPeY looking to grab that one for himself. You see a lot of Native Red kind of staggered, and because of that, one member does go down. APG does get traded out, but SoulSnipe gonna try to escape with a sniper. Not gonna happen. Formal makes him pay, and he gets one, and for a reward, he gets the snipe. But he gets back smacked! Suppressed with a beautiful back smack to end Formal and end the sniper.
Lucid's the last player alive. This could be a clean wipe. Lucid goes down. The sniper's down on the bottom half of the map. Does Native Red know? I believe they can't control that sniper rifle. A huge change of events, and it's all because of the new player on the roster, Suppressed, making waves.
That sniper is being utilized, but so is the Heatwave. SoulSnipe gonna be taken out with that one. 2 down for each squad. Suppressed pushing aggressively to help out his teammate, but they both get taken out. Manny and Suppressed go down 41-38.
The 1-2 tandem from Lucid and TriPPPeY. They've been playing with each other since the old days of Halo 5 2017. HCS Las Vegas was the first time they teamed with each other, and they've been teaming since. And you saw that beautiful play with Lucid pushing through and TriPPPeY using him as bait over at the pillars, creating a huge kill sweep.
Suppressed is 15-12 and just took out the King and Lucid. Tried to repulse him to stay away, but Suppressed not missing any shots at this point. He stays alive as well with this fire coming in from APG, but Optic Gaming still have a lead. We don't want to ignore that fact.
Look how the Native Red set up. If Optic Gaming can find the empty space, they can get in between all those players and cause damage. But they have to not let Manny or Taulek see where this push is going to come from.
TriPPPeY wants something here, but the timing's not going to be in his favor. He has 4 bullets to work with, and he got an OS coming up in 10 seconds. You see Formal crouching his way towards...
Where's the shroud screen?
Yep. I don't know. Cuts! Manny goes down! That's the first one. That opens things up. Now it's up to SoulSnipe to do what he can. And he's going to do just that. He backs TriPPPeY off, puts him down to no shields, but now he's going to get collapsed on, and he will get the trade.
Get the trade, but Native Red, they can't afford too many deaths. Suppressed! Once again, the Wonder Kid gets the overshield. Shroud screen has his reward at bottom. They need to find these kills. Sees the rotations of 2 players. Suppressed giving that information to his team, but those nades doing big damage. APG goes. The missed noob combo might just be cost.
He's gonna retell him though. Lucid's ready for it, but there it is, Mr. SoulSnipe to help him out. The Shroud screen to block the point of view. Formal on the top of Death though, doing massive amounts of damage. 47-43. Optic looking to end this now.
Oh, TriPPPeY wins the fight at tower. Just 2 more kills.
You can hear the Optic chant in the crowd. 2 kills is all Optic need.
Manny's staying alive. Do not give up any free deaths. TriPPPeY gets them to 49. TriPPPeY wins them the game. 50 kills is reached. Optic Gaming are able to secure their tournament for 1 more round.
That is absolutely incredible out of Optic Gaming. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, and listen to me clearly. That win right there is going to give Optic the confidence and the energy to move forward. They got back to Championship Sunday. The chip is off their shoulder. Now they prove themselves once again.
It almost looked like the same story from the winter semifinals against Space Station when there was a huge lead at the beginning of the game, but Optic Gaming were able to will their way back in. They never freaked out. They never gave up. There was no white flag. They continue on a rampage and were able to secure a victory by a pretty significant margin by the end of this game.
I gotta give Native Red a shout out though, bringing Suppressed in, the newest member of the roster, due to the fact that their previous member, Druck, couldn't find a visa to get to the US. They dealt with so many challenges, but they still made it this far. They still fought. and Suppressed, I've got to give it up to this man, performing absolutely incredibly when it mattered the most.
And that shot from TriPPPeY, I really feel like secured it. Because look at the follow-ups from this. This is where Lucid finds the next back smack, and then they fly in. And at this point, it's just too much for them to overcome. Even with Suppressed getting this overshield, they play effectively. They minimize damage, they minimize harm, and they maximize potential. TriPPPeY went absolute Flicko mode.
Look at him
at the end of this thing. I mean,
16 and 10 towards the end of that? That's crazy.
TriPPPeY just was on a rampage in that Slayer. Was an important part of both those Slayer victories. And they are able to get the job done. This is almost the reverse story of what we saw in that Sentinels game, where Sentinels were able to win the Slayers in only one objective and beat Optic Gaming. This time, Optic Gaming get the job done in the Slayers. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a very strong Slayer team from Optic.
Yeah, they've always been. It's just that we've seen a different Optic as of late, and that happens, you know. It gets to the point where, you know, when you're number one, you just got to kind of be tested. And that's exactly what's happening. Optic is being tested. They were tested last event. They didn't make it to championship bracket. They didn't make it to championship Sunday. Now they're tested again, and guess what? They passed this test. And I'm going to be honest with you, this momentum will carry through. This is that chip off their shoulder. This is them saying, okay, we win a game 5. We're good. We're still one of the best teams in the league. We can make this happen.